Hey, podcaster. It's Liam here, 1/3 of the team. Fun episode today. Ben called Belle out for dobbing on him to his wife. He found that out. I had an entry in the diary of a D-grade celebrity, and Belle asks Ben and myself a rather personal question about our wedding night, in particular our activities in the sheets, and we spill all the beans.
Live across Australia, this is Ben, Liam and Belle's Late Drive
On Nova.
Good evening, Australia. It is the cusp of a long weekend.
Oh, jeez, it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, and did you guys know what's happening on Nova this weekend as well?
What's happening? Oh, the 300 songs?
Top 300 songs countdown.
Is it called the Hottest 300?
No.
Why are we doing that?
Because we can.
Why are we counting down the top 300?
Because we can.
I think it's 100 songs is a successful model, so why not do it bigger, better, sexier?
Is that why?
I think so.
It's 100 songs every day over the long weekend, yes.
Right, so it's because there's a long weekend, so we're going to do a countdown.
Yep, pretty
Right,
much.
I wasn't sure if there was some historic 300 thing happening, so we're counting down 300.
Yeah, no, we didn't get the last long weekend in January, so we're taking the April long weekend.
So 1400 years ago, it's when the 300 Spartans defeated the Persians. So that's why we're celebrating.
Yeah.
And up next, Ben, Liam, look, I want to get pretty personal with both of you.
Let's get personal.
I want to talk about your wedding nights.
Sounded,
I mean, you were there.
What?
Both you were there at both of our weddings?
Yeah.
No, you mean the night?
After
Well, you weren't there.
Maybe I was.
All right, we'll get into that after this. It's Late Drive on Nova.
Love Rat, Belle's the Love Rat.
Yeah, all your love, sex, relationship advice, you can always message us on Insta or wherever you'd prefer, Ben, Liam and Belle. But today, I actually wanted to ask you guys, Ben and Liam, if you consummated your marriage on your wedding night. This is because there's actually a new study online that has pointed out that it's actually totally normal to not have sex on your wedding night.
Because
in fact,
the tradition is, you consummate the marriage, which I guess probably comes from the old school way of you don't sleep together before marriage.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're literally just like, you've tied the knot and you're like, yeah, nice to see you, Nana. Get the hell out of here. Like, all right, let's wrap this up. Like, DJ, cut that song in half. We've got to, But yeah, true. It's different these days when most of the time people have been living together for years or whatever.
Yeah. So it is pretty old-timey, and apparently around 70% of people don't have sex on their wedding night.
That's a big number.
Well,
that's the majority. It's actually weirder to do it.
Yep.
You guys have had weddings. You're both married. I'm not. So I wanted to ask you, Ben, I mean, look, if you're willing to be honest, did you consummate on the night of your wedding?
I would say that I'm in the minority.
Oh, cute. Bless.
Yeah, rock
That's
and roll.
nice. Aw. Liam?
I'd be in the majority there, in the 70.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. No, it's just too full of arancini.
I was going to say.
Too full of arancini.
No. We had an interesting. You were both there. I got married at the end of last year. So I love my life, Sarah. And it was our reception got flooded out, and our ceremony got flooded out. So it was a very long, stressful day. And everyone was like, "Oh, is it the best day of your life?" No, it wasn't. It was stressful. Great, we married. But so we were sort of mainly just unpacking what had happened on the day.
Yep.
And I remember Sarah said, "Can you go get me a snack?" And I said, "Yeah, sweet, I'll go find her something." And so I went out to get her some yogurt, and I came back and she was asleep. And I thought, wow, this is marriage.
I do remember
Did you wake her up and give her her food?
No, no. Well, sorry, I'm glad you said food. Did you wake her up and give her No. I just thought, it's been a big day. We can sleep it off. Yeah, but I think it goes without saying, we've been together for a long time, and it's not like...
No, I don't think it's crazy that you didn't. I just remember on the night, I don't know what it's called, but the dress obviously is laced up like shoelaces.
Yeah.
I remember trying to undo the laces.
It's like trying to undo a bra for the first time.
Took me 45 minutes.
But I think...
Just a minute, honey.
Now, again,
Please be keen when I finish this.
She'll be asleep. Does that go back to even back in the day, because the woman had to be the virgin? Does it go back to building up the hype? The wedding dresses were so hard to get off, and it was oh my gosh, we're going to get there. Yeah, it's the build up. That's so beautiful.
Unwrapping the package.
Yeah. All right. Well, Catherine in Sydney on 13/24/10. Was this your wedding night? Did you or didn't you?
We did not, which I'm secretly thrilled about.
Right.
Okay.
Why are you thrilled about not consummating it?
I A very stressful, long day. Wasn't exactly keen on it. But, husband ended up, having one too many drinks, ended up falling asleep. And similar to what you guys were just saying, the dresses had a bit of a disaster in the morning where it had to be sewn into the dress because the zip broke. So, husband falling asleep, ended up just having to, sleep in my wedding dress because obviously he couldn't take it off.
He was too blind.
Did you say you were sewn? Were you sewn into the dress, Catherine?
Yes, because the zip broke. So there was literally
I getcha.
no way.
Yeah.
Thankfully Mum packed in an emergency sewing kit
Of
into
course.
the day's things. But
And then you had to sleep in the wedding dress because he was too drunk to get you out.
To be fair, I mean, it was sewn.
Yeah.
It's stacked against him, unless he had some scissors or something like that.
I'm also, the last thing I'll say on this is I'm pretty sure it's an old-timey law. I'd have to look into it. I'm pretty sure the wedding isn't legal until you consummate it. So if you don't consummate it, you're technically
Correct.
not married.
So if you actually going through a divorce and you say we never consummated the marriage, that is actually grounds to say that it's actually easier to get divorced.
surely
it's
not.
an
No,
old-timey law,
it is.
Well,
Trust
joke's
me,
on
I
you,
know.
Sarah. I know you fell asleep, but I've got a loophole up my sleeve, sweetie.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Jody in Melbourne, much plans for your Easter weekend?
No, not really. We've just come back from Ocean Grove.
Oh, no worries. Well, look, it'll be fun if you could win this quiz. Then you get to pick the next song we play. You're already in the draw for Nova's first class and 50K, so that'd be a hell of a trip. Tomorrow and Monday are obviously public holidays for Easter. We know that. But what day on April 25 is our next national public holiday?
What's our next public holiday?
It's really, it's kind of
No,
bit
she'll get
disgraceful if you don't get this.
I think
Jody-
someone's Googling.
Jody,
I
you
can hear
Googling?
tapping.
No,
I think you might-
is it?
You're Googling.
Fantastic
She's
thing.
Googling. Yeah. Jody, we're going to have to move
Sorry,
on.
look, no.
Jody.
We should give Jody a second chance. Hang there. If no one else can get it, we can come back.
Yeah, let's move to Daniel in Adelaide, April 25. Do you know what we have a public holiday for?
Anzac Day.
Thank God someone got it. It was about to get real awkward if we went through a second person. All long weekend, Nova is counting down the top 300 songs of the last 30 years. What's 300 times 10?
3,000.
Yeah, he's done it. 10 years ago, on this very day, She Looks So Perfect by Five Sauce went to number 1 on the ARIA charts. What brand underwear did she look so perfect standing in?
Good question.
American Apparel.
Yeah, hell yeah. You're doing really well here, Dan. Happy birthday, Celine Dion, this weekend. She turns 56. In the movie Titanic, where did Rose and Jack get it on?
It was in a car?
Yeah, it was, yeah. 2,000-ish years ago on this day, Judas portrayed Jesus. Can you please finish these lyrics?
No.
Oh, mate, it's one of the great Gaga tunes. You can't do it. Kirsty in Brisbane, do you know the song?
Absolutely no idea.
Oh, no. Oh, we love this song here at Nova. Jesse in Perth, can you finish the lyrics?
She loves to do.
No, I mean, this is...
It looks like we might have to go back to Jody from the start. She's having
Potentially.
a hell of a long time to
And
Google
also,
this.
13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you think you know the answer. Tanya in Sydney, finish these lyrics.
Oh, I'm in love with you.
No, not at all.
We're going back to Jody.
Jody,
From the start.
wouldn't this be incredible? Jody, who was in Ocean Grove, who bumbled the first one about Anzac Day. This is a true Stephen Bradbury moment. If you manage to win this quiz against all odds, finish the lyrics.
You got me, girl.
This is annoying me now. I think I'm done. Nah,
It's
we're done.
Judas's
Izzy,
work.
Izzy, I'm not going to play the song again. Do you know it? Do you know it?
Yes, I do know it.
What is it, Izzy?
Go on.
It's Judas by Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
That's the song, yeah. But
What's the bit?
Yeah.
yeah, do you know what the bit is?
Yeah, Judah,
Yeah, that's it.
That's literally all we were looking for the last 6 minutes. Thank God. Thank God we have one Gaga fan in the house. Jeez, that was a painful one.
All right, we're going to pop you in the draw for Nova's first class and 50K, and you get to choose the next song we play. So, do you want to hear Nelly Furtado? Or do you want Rogue Traders? What are you feeling, Izzy?
she's a man-eater.
All right, Nelly Furtado right now on Late Drive. It is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova. Late Drive with Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova right across the country.
Diary of a D-grade celebrity.
Ben, myself and Bell have encounters where people recognise us very, very rarely. But when we do, it's like often a bit awkward because, you know, we've been on the radio for a little while, but no one really cares or really knows what we look like too much. And whenever we have these encounters, we document in this, the Diary of a D-grade celebrity. I think the last time I wrote an entry, I was in a busy pub and this guy was walking over to me with his hand out. And I thought, here we go, big fan, obviously listens to the pod. So I went to shake his hand and he was just putting his arm out to try and get through a crowd of people. And I wanted to die. I wanted to die right there.
Yeah.
So it's like sort of things like that. At the shops today, I was recognised. It was nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's rare. It doesn't happen too often, guys.
No.
And it's this girl, and she just pointed at me and she went, Triple J! Triple J!
Jeez.
And
That's still going.
And I said, hey? And she went, you host a show on Triple J. And I said, well, yeah, I did a little while ago.
Long
time ago, sweetheart. I was in my head, I was like, come on, I've been on Nova for like 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's how, but we did a long time ago. And I was like, a bit awkward about it. Like, oh, no, I'm not actually. No, I don't do that anymore. And she went, no, stop. I've worked it out. You're Tom Ballard.
What?
And I went, no, that is a different man.
Very different.
That's a different man. He did also work on that radio station for a while, but that ain't me.
He couldn't look more.
No, you look like
not
polar
like
opposites.
you.
I mean, we're two white guys who worked at Triple J at some point. That's about it.
And then both pretty tall. But apart from that, can't tell you apart.
Very tall. Yeah, you're right.
Did you tell her who you are?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't. I always feel awkward in those things. Like, I'm Liam, because then I would.
What were you standing in front of to paint a picture? Where were you in the...
I was literally in Coles.
Whereabouts? What were you getting?
I was trying to get some veggie chips.
Very cool.
Yeah, I know.
How does someone's brain get that crossed? That
I
is
know.
wild.
Yeah.
And then just to point at someone and go, Triple J!
Triple J.
Triple J. Imagine if you were like, just people pointing at the street for places you worked at 4 years ago. NIB Health Insurance.
Optus.
Or you remember you? Vodafone. You're Vodafone, aren't you? You worked there once, I reckon.
What gives you the ick?
13 24 10. What gives you the ick? Is there a particular trait or small annoyance that repulses you about someone? You've got one, Belle.
Oh, yeah. So this is actually something that I witnessed my boyfriend do the other day, and it gave me the ick, and he went down a little bit in my books.
And the ick will do that.
So we were driving. I was driving. He was passenger. Now, as passenger...
Yeah, that gives me the ick.
Big ick.
Was he sitting in the back seat or something? Like you're like an Uber driver, or like a dog with his head out the window.
You are dominating him.
Dude.
Plot twist, women can drive,
He's like,
okay?
do you want me to hop out so I can help you reverse in? You're like, no worries, darling, I got it. I'll whip this one in. High pressure reverse parallel. I've been given the ick.
Well, no, so I was driving, God forbid, and he was passenger. So I asked him to navigate. And I got him to get his phone up and I said, hey, can you just put into Google Maps where we're going? and then just tell me. And then tell me, like, the directions.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so he did. And in my head, that equals he'd get it up and then go, yeah, cool, in the next street you're going to turn, or, the next lights we're turning right. Cool.
Yeah.
No, he got it up and then hit start so that the Siri woman would start talking. And he just sat there and it was like, in 300 meters.
Oh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
hang on, can you, like, not use maps?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, this way I can just, like, repeat it back to you. And I was like, I can do that. I can
Yeah,
put her in
that's
front
it.
of
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, no, your
I
job as
want a
navigator.
man to be like, all right, cool, babe. In
If
okay,
anything,
we're going to be
you
turning.
want him to have enough man stinks to just, you'd be like, put it in Google Maps. He's like, I know this city like the back of my hand, sweetheart. Yeah, just take the next right there,
Yeah, no, that's a big ick. 13, 24, 10. What gives you the ick, Australia? Brit, let's go to Adelaide. What gives you the ick?
I get the ick over grown adult men who are still super into WWE and wrestling,
Yeah.
even though they know it's all fake.
Yes, Britt, yes. Because they go, yeah, it's all fake, but it's cool. And
It
you're
is
like, yeah,
cool.
But then why are you watching it?
Did you see Ray Ripley the other day, Britt?
Give stink face.
The Carlitos. Is it Khalid? No, who did the stink face? Rikishi.
Rikishi, yeah.
You know Rikishi, Brett?
No.
Oh, he used to do this thing called the stink face where he'd shove his ass in someone's
No, but
face.
she didn't stink face Rikishi.
No, yeah, she's...
That's Rikishi's move.
Yes, yeah. No, I'm well aware.
And
Gee
Britt
whiz.
rests her case. That was horrendous. Thanks, Britt.
Jess in Perth.
Hello. I feel like this is really niche, so apologies if everyone doesn't feel this way, but when people chug water, and I'm not talking about like you've just run a 20k marathon. I mean, chug all the water you want after that. But when Terry, who's an accountant at H&R Block in his little cubicle, is chugging water because he wants to get his 8 glasses in a day, no thanks.
I get you, Jess.
You know what's worse, Jess? We have, the boys. Oh no, Ben, you don't. But Liam has like the little drink bottle that has like the straw in it.
This one?
And so he pops the straw out and then goes
like a baby
guinea
bird.
pig.
Do you? Does it give you the ick when sometimes I finish my water and then I do a little burp and say, "Mama"?
Sometimes you do burp and you go.
Jessica, that's a great one. Thank you so much. Christina in Sydney, what gives you the ick?
When men go down water slides at a theme park, not only them going down, but them carrying the blow-up thing.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's fun.
I love going down a water slide.
Christina, I could send you some photos of Ben and I at Waterbomb Park a couple of years ago. We went down the one you go backwards.
We
and
went
then,
down a couple of times.
Yeah, it was fun. And the tubes is really fun. You really get to know a brother when you're holding his wet legs.
I can totally get the ick though when you've got two grown men sitting in a tube with like one's got his legs wrapped around the other's waist.
Or the other one is, when you're facing each other and your legs are kind of intertwined and you're holding hands. Like,
And also going up those stairs, because I was there too, and going up those stairs with you guys, and like as you're climbing up the stairs to the top, and you're like, no, we're gonna go there. Do you want to go in the front or the back?
They're really fun.
Elise in the Gold Coast, good evening. What gives you the ick?
Hey guys, so it gives me the ick when someone is like holding their cutlery with like full fists, like knife and fork.
Do people do that?
Yeah, people do that like cavemen do that. Yeah.
And also like almost like if you're waiting for a meal and you've got closed fists with the cutlery hanging out the top, like you're waiting for it.
Because the way, for someone that's confused, the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to hold it and the pointer fingers should be guiding the heads of the cutlery.
Yeah.
But some people do hold
Like
it clenched, like
Neanderthal
Neanderthal clenched fist.
Do they? I don't think I've ever seen
when
that.
you see it, you'll get what Elise means. That's a great ick, actually.
It's Late Drive with Ben, Liam and Bell.
Last week we did what happened at the Hens. I want to flip it, Ben and Bell. 13, 24, 10. What happened at the Bucks? Because I've got my brother-in-law's wedding this weekend, and honestly, I don't know if he's recovered or not from last weekend. The Bucks also dangerously close to your wedding. I mean, I put months in between mine, just in case anything happened. No, mine was pretty tame. Like we just drank lots of beers and that sort of stuff. Went around to some breweries. Ben left his own Bucks after like an hour. Not even kidding.
Didn't you hire out a shed in the industrial?
Yeah,
district?
okay. Mine was pretty big. Mine was big. Yeah, no, mine was actually a pretty flat stick, but it was more like a lot of partying. There wasn't a lot of punishment going on. You know how there's some groups of mates that it's like, oh, you're getting married, you are so effed.
Yep.
Like, we're going to hurt you. You're going to hurt. We're going to do bad things to you.
Yep.
Like, I sort of said to my friends, like,
Sucked in for getting married.
yeah, loser. I sort of said to my mates, like, yeah, look, I'm just like these people and like no strippers and stuff, and like but it was fun in our own way. How's this? So my poor brother-in-law was kidnapped 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
I'm in the groomsmen party as well, but I live interstate and everyone. So all this plan was happening, and I'm like, guys, we should be doing this. Like, but I sort of like left them to it. So they've all burst in there. My flight hadn't arrived yet, so I wasn't a part of the kidnapping.
Yep.
Just in case the police got involved, I wanted nothing to do with it. So literally, he was asleep. They broke into the house, put a pillowcase over his head, and then put him in a dress, drove him to town without a wallet or a phone, and left him in the city.
Oh my God.
But by himself at like 5:30 in the morning. In the middle of town.
That'd be scary.
Could you imagine that? Like if you don't have cash to get on the bus, you don't have a phone to get an Uber.
What did he do?
They sort of were like close enough that they could see him, and if you got so they sort of left him flailing for a couple of hours, and they went, "Nah, you're all right.
Yeah, right.
You're done." So
that was the morning of.
That was the morning of the Bucks,
Right.
and then if you go through the day, I mean, he was schnitzeled at one point.
What's that?
I didn't. They said they were going to schnitzel him. I didn't even know what that was. So that's when he thought he was safe. What they did is in a Macca's car park.
Yep.
They poured milk all over him, and then they threw bread crumbs at him. And then as he was trying to run away, they were throwing eggs at him. So he was schnitzeled.
He was schnitzeled.
He was schnitzeled.
Doesn't sound fun.
He was turned into a big schnitzel.
Yep.
And then he faced a firing squad of 30 paintball guns.
Yep.
On bare skin.
Yeah, I've seen that before. It's not pretty.
But like he wasn't wearing the overalls.
Yeah.
Hang on, at a paintball place,
So
or they somehow got paintball
that's
guns?
illegal. No, we went to a paintball place. I was actually involved. I did maybe shoot him a couple of times with the thing.
Oh, okay.
And he stood there 6 meters away, and then they were just like, "All right, guys, for the next 20 seconds, we're just going to open fire."
That's crazy.
Look at this photo. He is covered in blood. Looks like something from Passion of the Christ. Or look at that.
Why?
Because it just breaks the
Why?
skin. Like that. Look at my arm. That's a bruise from one. I had overalls and a t-shirt on.
I would love to see a photo of him now.
Oh, I know. I actually asked him and he didn't send because I think it's like, haha, probably not as fun a week on. Because honestly, I got hit maybe like 6 times and I bumped them a bit and I'm like, oh, that's sore. Also, he got set on fire and whipped a little bit. That was later in the night.
Well, when you get schnitzel, you got to get cooked.
That's true. We don't want raw schnitzels.
Is he like enjoying this? Is he like, ha ha ha, this is great? Or is
it's
he like,
hard to tell.
Yeah.
It is. It is
All
hard
right.
to tell.
Let's do what happened on the Bucks 13 24 10. Give us a buzz, take some calls. Up next on Late Drive. Late Drive right across Australia. You are here with Ben Lehman Bell.
Yeah, we're asking what happened at the Bucks show. Because I had my brother-in-law's last weekend. Poor guy. I mean, he was whipped. He was set on fire. He was kidnapped. He was left in town with no phone. He faced a firing squad of paintball guns onto bare skin. He was schnitzeled. Yeah, which is when you get put breadcrumbs, milk, and eggs on someone. Maya in Melbourne. What happened at the Bucks?
Hi, one of my friends went overseas for his Bucks and his wedding.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they do it more mad.
Oh, sorry, Maya, just dropped.
Sorry,
Maya, the phone just cut out. Can we just take that from the start? So sorry, Maya. What happened at the Bucks?
Hi, so it was my friend that got married and went to a Bucks overseas. And yeah, the end of it involved the nether regions getting a bit burnt downstairs, getting singed. With they were naked on a beach, brought along some aerosols. So, of course, on the aerosols where it says don't put near a flame, what do? You put it near a flame. They were kind of doing flame-throwing things and it kind of got out of control and, yeah, accidental burning downstairs. Not good.
You say they were doing flame-throw things. Were they like farting and trying to light them on fire? Because it sounds like that's what they were trying to do.
Probably, of course, because they're half drunk and everything.
That sort of makes sense. Thanks for your call, Maya. Shana in Brizzy, what happened at the Bucks?
Hey, my husband-to-be had his Bucks night the night before our wedding.
Why? I mean, surely you sort of vetoed
silly.
that.
Yeah, pretty silly. They were singing around a campfire and they all happened to fall onto my husband. And another friend thought he was joking and thought it would be funny to jump on top. He was in pain, a lot of pain after that. We got married and we still camped for 3 days. When we drove home, I told him to go to the hospital because he could not move his leg at all. And it's broken, completely broken.
He had a broken leg for the whole wedding day.
Yep. on our wedding day.
That's crazy. Just the idea of the bucks the day before the wedding is
But
just
dude, that's
crazy.
like something from like The Hangover. Like no one would actually do it. When you've been planning something for like a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
It's like just space it out a bit, enjoy it.
Is that where it all started? Though I think like didn't Bucks and Hens? It was supposed to be the night before
Probably,
because
yeah.
that's like your final night
Yeah.
before you get
Well, that's the movie Hangover as well. Also, that's just such a boy thing to do. Like
Stacks
having a
on.
bucks stacks on at a campfire. Yeah, let's do a jump on him.
Let's squish his guts out. Dog pile. Hayden, what happened at the Bucks? Was this you?
No, this wasn't me. We were up at we went up to Gold Coast for my mate Leo's wedding, and the Bucks was it was a week before. It was a bit of a trip,
Yeah.
so we went out for the Bucks Day. All the boys, you know, went to some pubs, went to some clubs, ended up at a strip club because you know that's what you do on a Bucks. And one of the boys, Scotty, decided that he really liked one of the strippers.
Right.
So to convince one of them to come home with him, he said, if I get your name tattooed on my butt, will you come home with me?
Oh, my
She
God.
said yes. He went and got the tattoo, come back, she saw it, they went through with it.
Oh, my
and,
God.
Classic Scotty, getting it across the line.
It was a classic Scotty moment. And he got her pregnant.
Ah.
That escalated even more quickly somehow.
Ah.
And,
right.
and then
right.
have we got a happy ending?
Yeah, it's a great happy ending. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, Scotty welcomed his baby girl into his life.
That's amazing.
Are they together, Hayden?
Baby Candy.
Yeah, they live up on the Gold Coast together now.
Of course they do.
Wow.
You never know what's going to happen on a Bucks.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.